Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Scenes Memories of Starry Sky. My name is MS-Punk1, and last video we had we lost videos actually. We had lost 3 videos where we had a meeting and negotiations with Chihaya's father about some things. And I think we managed to get out of that successful, or with to our advantage at least. So let's see where things goes from here. What we will do now after we won that fight. 'Chaya's hair fluttering in the early summer sea breeze. It was still too early in the season to go for a swim, and luckily there wasn't very many tourists, which made it an ideal location to go for a walk.
今日のことで少し思ったんだけど。
He slowly walked across the beach side by side, with sand crunching under us with every step. And that's a nice picture.
もしかしてお父様、自分の後継者なんて誰でもいいのかなって。
Oh, what makes you say that? It was kind of impossible to believe. The whole family needed a successor. Was it that all the more reason why these talks had been so complicated?
誰かに後を任せて引退なんて急がなくても、まだまだ現役ってこともあるでしょうけど。
I think we should say he. He may not be in any rush, but we say the text is hey. Kind of funny.
お父様は自分の力で成し得ることが何より大事なのかなって。それがどんなことでも。
No matter what, even if it was something shady, eh?
シゲトさんのこと、野心があるとかね。純也がお店を継ぐって言った時も感心してたでしょ。
Now that you mention it, she was right. The attitude he had struck was so unexpected. I was outright perplexed by it.
他人でも自分でもそこが基準なのかなって。 自分の力で交渉して手配して足を運んで腕を振るう。そうして初めて仕事を成し得たと感じる。満足する。楽しめる。そんな感じ？わかる？
Something tells me that may also be how my old man feels. Dad wasn't the sort of person who would force me or my brother to take over as a Gandalf. His stance was more, if you want to work at the general store, then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. He had absolutely never forced us to help out. He would let us help if we had an interest. But he would fundamentally handle the work on his own. Would head out to clients, places first, and wound up having a great time plugging away at the job.
お父様はもっと淡白だけどね。
Chihaya shrugged her shoulders and smiled wearily.
自分がどこまでやれるかしか興味ないのよ、きっと。だから後継者なんてどうでもいい。重人さんとの婚約もあまり考えてなかったのかも。やりたいやつがやれ、なりたいやつがなれって。
That would be bad if that's the case. Keener likely thought of it as something he could easily take advantage of. He would behave in whatever way he wanted. Or maybe that was why he got carried away, just to fall flat on his face.
でもそのおかげで今日はひとまずうまくいったでしょ。私が継ぐって話も驚かれはしたけど、すんなり分かってもらえたし。
I think how hard you worked played a big part in it too.
嬉しいけど、お世辞抜きで？
Why? No, I mean it. If Hojo's value system aligns the way you believe it does, then didn't your declaration that you would become a politician that you made through your own volition resonate with his heart more than some negotiation where you used to use your grandfather's inheritance as a shield? Also, yeah, a part about me. When Hojo heard that she was seriously considering marriage, he was stunned.
Junya じゃない？
Seems like it. Sorry, excuse me for a second. It's a phone. I stopped in place, took out my vibrating phone and checked the caller ID. Eh?
急ぎならどうぞ。
Yeah. Hello, this is Mizumoto. Yes. Yes. Chihaya was... sorry. Chihaya was looking at me with immense curiosity. Yes? Eh? Really? Yes. I see. No, thank you very much. Apart from the good news I had just received, I couldn't stop thinking of the way Chihaya was spying on me. Hey, she was staring right into my face. See anything you like? Yes. Understood. Please do. Close. I was too embarrassed to look her in the eye, especially now that I was aware of my romantic feelings for her. Stop. Yes, I will speak to you later. Thank you very much. You. I quickly ended the call and as I expected, I could tell she wanted to know who I was talking to and what we had talked about.
私には秘密にしたい話？
Why would you think that?
顔に書いてある。態度も露骨。 ごまかす時の声。
She could read me like a book. It was my problem with childhood friends.
私には聞かせたくない話？
No, it's nothing like that. The way that she worried about me was another good aspect to having a childhood friend. Well, I did feel a little guilty though. That call had been about a project I'd been keeping secret from Chihaya. I did plan to tell her about it eventually. I did, but...
いい話？悪い話？どっちでもいい。言って。
Well, it's not good or bad. I guess it depends on how you take it.
かえって気になるよ、そんなの。
I bet it did. Maybe I should tell her. It still seemed too early based on the report I had just gotten. Then again, if I wanted to see any better results, then I had to take another step forward. If I was going to do that, I needed to get her permission first. Alright, I'll tell you. Just listen, and don't mind if it makes you upset.
純也が何をしたって怒ったりなんてしない。
You're sure? I'm happy to hear that. Now that I had made up my mind to tell her, I took in a deep breath, sucked it in together with my guilt, and blew it all out at once. It was about the maid you got fired, that you were worried about. I looked into her. Well, yeah, that reaction was a given. I should have told her about it in a slightly more gentle way. I'm sorry for going behind your back. I couldn't help but worry. I'd heard about this scene from Chihaya that they had incidentally committed once. That we had incidentally committed once upon a time. I assumed it would be okay to call it that. Considered bad enough of a mistake to change another person's whole life. I was worried. Besides, I wanted to ease Chihaya's psychological burden, if only a little. She kept on forcing her heavy feet forward, simply carrying those multiple traumas and the guilt associated with them along with her. I wouldn't be moving forward in the truest sense. That was how it had felt to me.
怒ったりなんてしないよ。
You couldn't hide the surprise, but there was a ting of gratitude in her eyes. That was the kind of face Chihaya was making right now.
やっぱり純也がいないと私はダメなんだって思っただけ。
That's awfully sudden. Where did that come from? If I had to say in a way, this was purely self-satisfaction, or me being a busybody. In reality, no. I could draw conclusions later.
調べるなんて考えもしなかった。後悔にまみれてただけ。自分に酔ってるだけだった。
You obviously can't say that for sure. It was the catalyst that had made Chihaya care about the opinions of the people around her. Her personality had, in a sense, turned timid because of it. I had to assume there were also people she had saved once she reflected on her actions and began to care for those around her. We had to be.
それでどうだったの？何か分かった？
Kind of. First, I had asked to look backwards of the work at the Holy Estate back then.
私、最近純也さんにまで便利に使われてる気がするんですけど、それこそ何でも屋みたいに。
That private detective with my old man's head. After a short found something. She apparently worked elsewhere shortly thereafter. I heard she's doing well these days.
そう。
I'd worried if Chihaya had stopped breathing while she waited for what I had to say, but she let out a heavy sigh. I also heard she received from Hode service pay. It had been over a decade ago, after all. The detective I'd hired had done a good job of finding all of this out just by using small tidbits of information. This was crude to mention, but I barely just enough money on my own to hire him. So I couldn't say it had been a particularly great compensation.
お父様のことだから醜聞を避けたんでしょうね。
Roddy didn't seem like the type to spare any expenses if it was to perceive his own image. Rosie halfway forced into cooperating with him to that end must have had it rough.
でもご健在なのね。せめて直接お詫びしたいけど。
That was when Chihaya cast her eyes downward with a slightly wishful expression.
もし今でも許してくれていないなら、かえって不快にさせてしまうかも。
Oh, sorry, I haven't verified that much yet. All that I knew at the moment were superficial facts. That was what I had meant by it still being too early.
きっと私は会わない方がいいよね。
If making contact went poorly, it would bring them both misfortune. This could end up causing anxiety and pain, not just for once but twice. I really am afraid to find out for sure.
正直に言えばそう。今幸せに暮らしてるのなら余計に。
This had to be Chihaya's obsession. How she didn't want to say or do anything to make another person sad anymore. Alright, got it. Let's end this investigation here. Chihaya was exceptionally exhausted today. It would be unfair to force her to make this decision, so I made that judgment call for her. I'm sorry, it would have been better if it had been the sort of report you could actually be happy about.
そんなことない。調べて教えてくれただけで十分。おかげで少し気持ちが楽になった。
That didn't sound like a lie, but she also didn't sound particularly happy either. Of course she wouldn't.
報いを受けたと思っておく。忘れてはいけない過ちだから。
But you can never forget. That likely didn't just apply to the incident that with a former maid. He had lied, misused the inheritance left to her, and profited as a result. Suicide didn't want us to hang our heads over our lies. I couldn't deny this overwhelming desire to apologize. You're right. We can't forget. I have to etch what happened today and everything connected to it into my heart.
それって高谷さんやおじいさまのこと？
Exactly. If we were to forget about the people who had taught us such important things, wouldn't that be a sinful act?
それは私もそうだけど。
Chihaya gazed straight into my eyes, almost like she was telling me not to overlook what lied deep within them.
お父様に言ってたよね。水源堂の三代目って。
That.
高谷さんが二代目ってこと？
I'm sure my old man doesn't care though. Or Takaya either, for that matter. I bet we would have laughed. He would have laughed at me. Seriously, don't sweat the small stuff or something just like that. I didn't mean to say this out of jealousy, from the bashment, from comparing myself to my brother, or any other feelings like that, really. After everything that's happened today, I realized something. That I can't become my brother. I was careful to ensure my voice hadn't sounded gloomy. I didn't want Chihaya to worry even more about me. It would have been different a short time ago, but these really were feelings I couldn't talk about openly now. Even during our meeting, I wondered if my brother might have done a better job than I did.
高谷さんが？それはありえないんじゃない？
Chihaya tilted her head and wore an expression that surprised my wildest expectations. One that was bewildered from the bottom of her heart.
純也以外の男性、私がお父様に紹介するはずないもの。
Oh yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't, but that was how she interpreted it. That was how she interpreted it. I could have also taken this as Chihaya speaking fondly of me in her own special way, but it probably amounted to nothing more than curiosity. I really was grateful that she was so single-minded. This is purely hypothetical, theoretical, and entirely made up. Even if things had played out with you getting married to Chihaya, definitely would have had a rough time. I could even guarantee that. As for why, even if it seemed like it wasn't there, she was absolutely principled woman. If definitely defiant core. For example, yeah. What if my brother had been there as an observer?
それならまあありえるかも。
She still looked like she couldn't accept it, but she seemed to have done a decent job of picturing it.
お父様との言い合いを親子喧嘩だって笑って取りなしてくれてたかも。
Yeah, I agree.
でもそうだったら私何も言えず終わってたんじゃないかな。
Her next example was actually something I couldn't imagine very well.
お父様と高谷さんがお話しして私はうなずくだけになっていたと思う。いつもみたいに。
Ah, I see. That was right. That was how Chihaya had always been. And she had tried her hardest to assert herself this time around because...
私は純也がいてくれれば頑張れるけど純也がいないと頑張れないから。
Chihaya said this and wrapped both of her hands around my own.
この手がずっと私を励ましてくれた。勇気をくれた。純也の手だからそれができたの。純也は純也なの。私にとって日向でも高谷さんでもない。純也が高谷さんを偲ぶ気持ちは大切だけど純也は純也のままでいいの。純也のままでいて。 この際だから言うね。
Chihiya's expression went a little stiff.
お兄さんはもういないの。相談することもアドバイスをもらうことも背中を追いかけることももうできないの。だから高谷さんならこうするとかああするとかは全部純也の想像なの。純也は高谷さんの想像を借りて自分の判断を認めているの。高谷さんならこうするって考えたらもうそれは純也の考えで純也の決断なの。 純也が純也自身で決めたことなの。全部。だから自信を持って胸を張って。
I couldn't believe Chihaya was saying all of this about Takaya so distinctly. I never expected this to happen. Or maybe I had been taking Chihaya too lightly. Something told me that was a normal occurrence for her lately.
そもそも私は純也がそばにいてくれるだけで幸せだから。純也以外の誰かなんて求めてないんだから。あるがまま、そのままの純也がいいの。純也が好きなの。
Puts me in a pretty easy position, doesn't it?
そのままの自分でいるっていうのもそれはそれで大変だけど。
It did feel like I could accept it coming from someone like Chihaya, who had largely suppressed her own personality. That same Chihaya placed her fingers on her chin, thought a little and seemed to come up with an idea. The face lit up and she spoke to me with a sweet smile.
どうしても尽くしたいって言うならいい考えあるけど。
Devoting myself? Well, I guess it means the same thing, even if you say it differently. It was true that it felt unsettling, unless there was something for me to do. Some way I could be helpful to her. Even if I were to use Takaya as my model, wouldn't that be setting the bar too high? It wasn't as if I didn't personally realize that. I knew I had to leap clean over that bar, or else it would be meaningless. I might just wind up driving myself into a corner otherwise. So, what should I do?
3つあるの。
A.
私と一緒に守る約束かな。指切りしたいぐらい。だって一生守りたいことだから。
Way for life? I wasn't entirely sure what Chihaya was trying to hint at anymore. Probably the marriage. Staying with her for life rather means marrying her. So, what's Miss Promise? How to drink 1,000 needles if I break?
毎年おじいさまの命日に一緒にお墓参りに行きたい。
Of course. Get it now. That's what this was about. I planned to do that whatever she had asked me or not. I was surprised that was all she had asked for. So what's next?
高谷さんの命日も一緒にお参りさせて。
I would love that. This may have been inappropriate to say, but that made me happy. Chihaya thought of my brother and her grandfather equally, and it felt wonderful. Then what's the last one?
私より先に死なないで。病気も寿命もダメ。事故も絶対に許さない。この世界からいなくならないで。ずっとそばにいて、一緒にいて。もう嫌なの、あんなの。純也が事故に遭ったって聞いたとき、どんなに私が。
You can't ask me for something so extreme. And that's a nice picture actually, the CG. The moment that I had heard my brother died, and felt like my legs might crumble out from beneath me. I didn't want to remember that if I could help it. Fortunately, nobody could do anything to stop unforeseen accidents on their own. Not even my brother knew until that very moment that he would depart from this world. It had been a surprise attack. There was no way to avoid it. At least, I thought. The fact I survived had definitely been a sheer coincidence. Illness and natural lifespan were equally beyond my control. It went without saying that you could drastically shorten your life with unhealthy habits. But once you contracted a disease, you had it. There were limits. You're saying that while knowing it's impossible, right?
ええ。だって私、わがままなお嬢様だから。
She acknowledged it. She was something else.
おかしなこと言ってるし、面倒な子だって思ってるでしょうけど、絶対守って。もちろん、私も協力する。私も努力する。例えば、ほら、お酒の飲みすぎを注意するとか、食事の栄養バランスを考えるとか。
Just as swiftly, she was on a much smaller scale. Well, she was family oriented, kept her expectations in check, and regularly maintained a good health.
そのためにもね、その。
What is it? She started to hesitate. The look she gave me seemed like she was about to beg me for something.
私は純也と結婚したいなと思っているんだけど、純也はどうなのかなって。
That's I couldn't deny how surprised I was when she suddenly made that declaration in front of her father without any prior discussion. Yeah.
浮かれてる場合じゃないって分かってるけど、一応ほら、私自由の身になったわけだし。
Well, Well, you are. Yeah, you sure did. There was no need to hold back because of Kido anymore. As far as Hojo went, when I remembered seeing how he reacted earlier, I guess I felt bad about it.
よそにはもうお嫁に行けないし、だって私婚約をダメにした女だから。
Was it that premeditated?
結果的にそうなっただけです。
To cancel her engagement to Kido had been an indispensable demand for Chihaya's well-being. We had discussed that ahead of time, and I had agreed with it. But as it turned out, she'd flown straight past the relationship stage with me and had gone straight to the two of us getting married. This was Chihaya we were talking about, so it wasn't like she had laid a trap for me or something. In all likelihood, this was a part of her unfiltered nature.
私が他の人と結婚してもよかったの？
No way.
だったらきちんと言って。
Say what?
好きとか結婚しようとか。
I haven't said that, huh?
聞いてない。
Now to say it outright.
ダメ。信じてるけど、ちゃんと聞きたいから。
Seriously, why had Chihaya never once brought this up? In fact, she believed in an emotion I hadn't even been aware of myself until only very recently. Hey, why me? I wondered that very same thing for years. Truthfully, I wasn't entirely sure why Chihaya had her sights set on me.
それすっごく今更じゃない？
I could never bring myself to ask.
そう言われてもね。私には当たり前のことすぎて。本能かな？
Going to phrase it as a question?
ひなたにも聞かれたけど、うまく言えない。
Shaya looked a bit baffled, pulled one of her hands away and began to play with and spin her hair around her finger.
後付けなら何でも言えるけど、例えば顔が好みとか声が好きとか、そばにいるだけで安心するとか、おしゃべりすると舞い上がっちゃうとか、あとね、
Yeah, hold on. That's enough. I'm getting embarrassed hearing all of this, so stop. I appreciated the compliment, but wasn't this what they called being complimented to a point of mockery?
ここから本番なのに。
We had more?
でもはっきり覚えてる。初めて会った瞬間、ああ、この人は私を幸せにしてくれる人だって確信した。きっと赤い糸が見えたのね。
Shaya said that assertively while she wound her hair around her pinky finger.
今こうして一緒にいるでしょ。だから私の本能は正しかった。
After a laugh, she released a strand of hair from around her finger and held her hand out to me. Several strands of her hair that paralleled those red threads were coiled around it, and I softly took her hand back into mine.
一度は諦めたけど。
You did?
もうこの手を触れないかもってすごく悲しかった。
Chihaya had tried to pull herself away from my and Azusa's benefit. She was supposed to have married a different person. There was a bit of force in that hand of hers.
夜空に浮かぶ星の大半は自ら輝くことで誰かに見つけてもらえる。けれど中には光を発することのできない星もある。真っ暗な空に隠れて誰にも気づかれないような星が。
Chihaya was looking downward and reciting a passage from that book that had been at the old estate.
それは他の誰かに照らしてもらって初めて光り輝くことができる。私はここにいるんだよと精一杯きらめくために。
Her eyes met once more before she could explain herself. She continued to recite passages from the book from memory.
輝き方を忘れた星は自分を照らすかけがえのない存在に寄り添い続ける。
Of the starry sky. Was she happy that I had remembered? She was positively over the moon.
なんとなく好きなだけで意味もよく分かってなかったけど、私にとっては純也が照らしてくれる星なのかなって。
Didn't that go for both of us? I was certain I would be able to shine without Chihaya there for me.
空っぽの私、何もない私、純也が好きってこと以外何もない私。そんな私だけど純也がお嫁さんにもらってくれたら少しは輝けるかななんて。
I will. I gave her my answer, and Chihaya eyed me in surprise. Astonishment overwhelmed her features. Then she gasped. I was too embarrassed to meet her gaze and looked elsewhere. I love you, Chihaya. My face was on fire, and for the first time in my life I meant it for real. It felt hot. So much has happened, especially recently. So then, you know, you could say it made me feel like I really did have to be the one there at your side. Like I didn't want to give his position up to anyone else. So, come on. Even I could tell I was being incoherent and lame. However, Chihaya didn't respond. Curious, I turned back to her.
ねえ、それって。
Chihaya was bright red too.
私が純也がいないとダメなのと同じで、私がいないと純也もダメってことだよね。
That was probably the number one thing I never wanted you to say to me.
どういう意味？
Dependence, delegation, reliance. I thought that my and Hinata's relationships with Chihaya would continue on with her being dependent on us forever. She had noticed how in that something, sorry, I could be, and I had learned aspects about her I hadn't known after all this time. We would have thought that at some point along the way I would have realized something was missing without her constantly depending and relying on me. It means we never be apart from each other again.
あ、うん。私はずっとそのつもりだよ。
That was why I couldn't handle this. But she may have been exactly right. Hadn't Azusa said it too? That we were partners that nobody else could replace. We did share lifelong promises earlier. She had told me not to die first, which meant I would be there to care for her when she passed first. That sounded like it would be a tortuously painful moment when the time finally came. Anyway, to make that into a reality, I will need to stay by her for the rest of our life.
そうね。そう。ありがとう。ふつつかものですが、よろしくお願いします。
I hope you will too. In all of the long years that I had known Chihaya, I couldn't really recall seeing her blush and look bewildered like this very often. To call her brazen wouldn't be the best expression, but Chihaya did always express her emotions candidly. It would be kind of refreshing for that to exemplify this disposition that everyone naturally got once romance was involved.
どうしよう。すっごく嬉しい。
What she said had been simple. The emotion contained within it, however, seemed immensely deep.
ねえ、もう一回言って、録音する。
What? Let's not do that, seriously.
もう、じゃあ毎日言って。好きって。
That's embarrassing too. Besides, there's no guarantee that we'll be able to see each other every day.
会えばいいでしょ。もう誰にも遠慮いらないんだから。
Oh yeah, she had a point there. Wait, really? Isn't it better if we keep things under wraps for now? The cancellation of your engagement hasn't been made public yet. Until it had been announced, Chihaya would still be engaged, or at least would be recognized as such by others, if she were to openly be with another man. Now that I thought about it, we had been holding hands an awful lot.
せっかく恋人っぽくできるのに
Chihaya, your hand is starting to fidget. Was she trying to get a better grip on my hand? And wait, this was giving me high hopes that she was trying to interlace her fingers in mine, just like a pair of lovers would. Didn't you hear what I just said? What are you doing?
いいでしょ、手をつなぐくらい。ひなたが呆れるよ。いつまでお子様みたいなことをしてるんですか、あなたたちは。とか。照れるならもっと年相応のことで照れてください。とか。
I guess I can't say I'm not entirely used to it. I couldn't help but voice those thoughts aloud. They may have been official, but we weren't publicly official. Maybe that would mean that we would be starting over with a romance similar to playing house for the time being. Also, Hinata's expectations for how much progress we make are way too high. She had instigated me like crazy around the time I couldn't see Chihaya too.
私だって興味あるよ。年相応のこと。この先の恋もね。
What did she just say?
恋人同士がする行為なら私たちもするの自然でしょ。なんとなくしか知らないけど。
This was definitely Hinata's influence. Hinata, I'm begging you, stop putting unnecessary ideas into Chihiya's head.
あ、ほら、ちょうどいいお手本。
Chihaya expectedly stared off into the distance when I followed her line of sight. You unfamiliar couple over there. I understand it can be exciting to be at a location like the beach with the sunset shining down on you, but...
ね、キスしてる。
They sure are. I looked over at the ocean and a couple were sitting side by side. They were bashfully gazing at each other and sharing, what would you call those peckish kisses? The kind where they gently touched their lips together over and over and over.
やっぱりああいうものよね。
It could be, and I assumed it very likely was, but... Did you really need to sound so spellbound when you said that, Chihaya? Stop looking at me that way. I'm not going to do that here.
してくれないの？
It's embarrassing, isn't it? I honestly felt that way. Also in terms of how it would look to the public. You had to be considerate of her position to be bad rumors didn't spread.
して